I'm wondering, are you in control of your life? People often focus so much on being loving and giving that they forget their own limits, they forget their own limitations. Have you ever found yourself wondering, can I say no and still be a loving person? How do I answer somebody who always wants my time, my love, my energy, my money? How do I stand up to hurtful behavior or abuse? Why do I feel guilty when, in many cases, I consider setting boundaries? You know what I want to do? I want to really empower you to bring happiness to your life, to build healthy boundaries and relationships, as we are in these amazing sessions, these breakthrough sessions, so that you can, in many cases, find freedom to walk as the loving, giving, fulfilled individual that you've been created and called by God to be. Let's tackle it. Let's delve into it. Let's dive into it. Let's mix it up. What's going on, family? I hope you're doing great, or hopefully you're having a great day in a great way. We're in part 5 of breakthroughs that build boundaries. Has this session, have these lessons, has this courageous conversation been empowering you at all? Come on, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Matter of fact, as you let me know in the chat, I need you to thumbs up this video. Come on, thumbs up this video. There it is. even the prompt is letting you know what to do. Thumbs up the video because that helps my channel. I'm growing you, so let's grow the channel. We're talking about breakthroughs that build boundaries, how to break through and build boundaries that support you. I don't know if you realize it or not, but the prefix of boundaries is bound. Yeah, the prefix of boundaries is pronounced bound. And hear me, many of us are bound because we won't create healthy boundaries in certain areas of our lives. You know what areas those are? And so as a result, we remain bound to people's control. We remain bound by acquiescing to what people want us to do, but we never step into what we want to do, much less who it is that we are. Hear me. If you don't know what you want, somebody's going to decide what you get. And generally, it's going to be what you don't want. But how do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused yet? So as the person doesn't know what they want. Don't be that person. Why? Because indecision is a decision. I hope you hear me talk to you. Prefix of boundaries is bound. And many of us, since we have not been loosed from the limitations of other people, since we have not been loosed within ourselves, here it is what scriptures say: he who the Son hath made free is free indeed. Simply because we have not stepped into the freedom of who it is that we are, the calling, the character, the commitment. We've moved into a place of complacency. And so as a result, here it is. We're in the same place, you see. Prefixes of boundaries is bound for a reason. And in many cases, we've been bound for a reason simply because we've been bound by depression. We've been bound by stinking thinking that keeps us sinking. Bound by low self-esteem. Bound by divorce. Bound by abandonment. Bound by trauma. And as you're listening to me, it's time to be free in those areas of your life. Bound by an ex. when you've been called for your next. Bound by depression when you've been chosen for joy. Bound by greatness when in many cases you've been bound by worthlessness. Yeah. Come on, family. Type freedom. Type freedom, family. Freedom in your mind. Freedom in your spirit. Freedom in your heart. Freedom in your soul. Freedom in your goal. In order to be free for, you have to be free from. Yeah. And I'm free when I build healthy boundaries. I'm free. That's my breakthrough. My breakthrough comes by building boundaries. That's where it comes from. Family, type breakthrough. Freedom. Breakthrough. It's for me. It's for you. You're not going to go through life being bound by trauma. You're not going to go through life being bound by abandonment. You're not going to go through life being bound by people's opinions that oftentimes become your prison. It's time to be free. Oftentimes what we think is and was dormant, it doesn't show up in isolation. Here's what it will show up in. It will show up in your connection. It will show up in your disposition. It will show up with how you deal with someone as you forge a connection. A lot of times the things that we're dealing with, it remains dormant to us, for us, and with us until we connect to somebody else, and now it's exposed to not only them, it's exposed to us. Oh, yeah. You thought you were done dealing with that thing, but then you link up with somebody. Now you connect with somebody. And now here it is. The things that you were dealing with that you never did remedy are now on display. Your attitude, your disposition is on display. Insecurity is on display. What we got to do is we got to stop hiding it, and we have to start dealing with it. For many of us, here's a hard truth. HTA, hard truth alert. Family, type HTA. Hard truth alert incoming. For some of us, here's what we need to do. We need to date at the level of our self-esteem. Y'all don't like me. Y'all don't like me now. Throw a rock in the crowd. The first one to yell ouch is the one who got hit. If you can't say amen, say ouch. Yeah, some of us, we just need to date at the level of our particular self-esteem. We need to connect to people at the level of our self-esteem. We need to have friendships at the particular level of our self-esteem. Yeah, because a lot of times we become real territorial. Oh, yeah. You become real territorial. So much so that you feel like you're moving into a place of ownership. Yeah, you feel like you're owning somebody. Date at the level of your self-esteem simply because you're not the only person who's attracted to the person you're attracted to. If you can't trust them, why be with them? Date at the level of what it is that you can handle, or hear me, you will mishandle the blessing that it is that you've been giving, and now the blessing will become a curse. It's not worth it to try to control somebody. It's not worth it to try to manipulate somebody so that you can have that somebody all to yourself. When in many cases, oftentimes, the people who want to just be with somebody don't feel like they're anybody, because they feel being with somebody makes them feel like somebody. Who's the somebody I'm talking to? I'm talking to somebody. I hope it's you. If you can't say amen, say ouch. People become territorial in friendships. Well, I don't want you to have I don't even like who you friends with over there. You living by the motto of no new friends. In many cases, new friends can bless you. New friends can prosper you. New friends can expand you. Come on, family, type new. Type new. What can your self-esteem handle? Because oftentimes we have been bound when we have been created to create boundaries. Boundaries are not a curse. Boundaries are a blessing. Boundaries are a breakthrough. Boundaries are a bridge. Boundaries are not just some impenetrable wall. Boundaries move you into a place of what it is where you need to set limitations so that you can live an unlimited life. Story goes that when a baby bird is ready to hatch, here's what happens. If you break the egg for the bird's going to die. Where are my eagles at? Come on, Eagles family. Where are my eagles at? Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. When a baby bird is ready to hatch, if you break the egg for the bird's going to die. Here's what the bird must do. The bird must peck its own way out of the egg into the world. Why? Because this builds strength within the bird. The bird pecking its own way out of the egg strengthens the bird, allowing it to function in the outside world. If it can get through the shell of life that's a barrier on the inside, it can be able to handle the vicissitudinous trials and tribulations and situations that are on the outside. Hear me. If the bird is robbed of its responsibility to hatch on its own, the bird's going to die. Let me pause for the cause. Many of us, we have robbed ourselves of our own particular responsibility to hatch, to break through the barrier of what it is that has kept us bound. We looking for everybody else to give us the hookup. We're looking for everybody else to give us a handout versus finding our own help from within. How do I win? I win from within. Family, type win from within. I don't win from within when I let other people do it for me. I win from within when I do it for myself. I can do all things through Christ. That strengthens me. I got to get through this particular place. I got to stop walking on eggshells. And I got to break through the egg, the obstacle, the trial, the situation, that which hinders me, that which keeps me bound. I don't need to be bound. I need to be found in a place of that which creates healthy boundaries for me, myself, and I. Do you understand this? That God operates in the same way? Don't believe me, just watch. God operates in the same way simply because if he hatches us, in other words, if he does the work for us, hear me, God doesn't do things for you. He does things with you and through you. God is not some genie to where you just rub the Bible 3 times and he gives you 3 wishes. Well, he going to give me the desires of my heart. You've made that selfish versus selfless. God doesn't just give you the desires of your heart. He puts you in a space and place when you're so in proximity and relationship to him to where his desires for your life now become your own desires for yourself. So you're desiring what he wants for you. Simply because God doesn't just give you what you want. God gives you what to want. Are you hearing me? Are you following me? God does not vanquish human responsibility. You ain't getting no check postmark from heaven. No, what does he do? God uses people to bless you. He gives you favor that's greater than the situation of what it is that you've experienced. He does not vanquish human responsibility simply because we are not robots. We have free will. And so what did God create us to do? God created us to be responsible. God doesn't just do things for you. What he does is that he empowers you to work through what it is that you go through. He empowers you to break through what it is that you go through. Just like that egg, just like that bird, just like that eagle, I'd like to say. If the egg cracks from the outside, it dies. If it cracks from the inside, it births, it lives, it thrives, not just survives, it soars. And you need to understand this. Great things don't just begin from the outside in. Great things always begin from the inside out. Come on, family, type soar. If you're going to soar, you got to break through what it is that you're going through. You can't stay bound. You were called to wear your crown. Who am I talking to? I hope it's you. That's why you need to soar with us, family. Yeah. You don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Join us in our amazing Eagles community where we're maximizing your mindset, show you how to maximize your mindset, sharpen your skill set, transforming your tool set, empowering you to be an asset in any particular environment. Join us right now. Experience the transformation that's waiting for you to step into, that's waiting for you to soar into. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Family, this is a good place to take a break. Yeah, but after this break, listen, I'm going to empower you to break through even more. That's right. I'm talking about boundaries, breaking through and building boundaries. Stick and stay. More is on the way. After these messages, I guarantee you, I'll be right back. Hey, what's up, family? Have you checked out my resources to grow your greatness? Yeah, I'm talking about to grow as an author and a speaker. You want to get my bestseller book blueprint. Somebody's waiting for you to write that book. Let me show you how to do it. I'm giving you all the strategies of what I've used to be a best-selling author of 16 books. Surely I know something to help you. Go and get my bestseller book blueprint, as well as whenever you write a book, people are going to ask you to talk about it. You want to get my successful speaker strategies. It's a amazing video tutorial, download 4.5 hours of just content of what it is that I do to share of how to communicate and really to connect as you're communicating. Your words are a paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? I guarantee you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com/store and grow your greatness. Get all the resources. Family, hopefully you got some information from the promo resources, empowering you to soar into success and greater purpose. I've got a number of different resources out there for you that I know are going to really strengthen you, sharpen you, to maximize your gifts and to really pursue your purpose on another level. Go and get my bestseller book, Blueprint. Written 16 books, but I want to show you how to take your manuscript to the marketplace. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Those of you who are already authors as well, I'm showing you how to increase your sales. Go to theeaglesacademy.com/store. And then also get my successful speaker strategies, all about communication. Communication is art form. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Go ahead and get that. TheEaglesAcademy.com/store as well. I'm empowering you to soar. Hey, family, we're in part 5. Give me a high five if you give me a high five if you're being empowered in part 5. Yeah. Give me a high five. Breakthroughs that build boundaries. That's what we're talking about. How to break through, build boundaries that support you. In order to do that, you got to be real with you. You got to ask yourself certain questions in life, about your life. Who am I? Where am I going? What do I want? What type of people do I want coming with me? Am I the quality person that I desire to have in my life? If I wasn't in my life, if I wasn't me, would I want me in my life? Come on. Real talk. HTA. Somebody just put the alert signal. Put the alert signal emoji in the chat. HTA, hard truth alert. If you weren't you, would you want you in your life? Generally, we're going to really say yes very, very quickly. I really want you to think about it linearly as well as panoramically from every particular aspect. Because here's the thing about people. Everyone you meet will not be walking on cloud nine. Everyone you meet will not be walking on cloud nine on sunshine. Here's the thing. Sometimes you will come across difficult people at your job. Sometimes you'll come across difficult people in business. Sometimes you come across difficult people in relationships with family, with friends, with loved ones, with customers, at an outing, at the grocery store. And for some of us, the grocery store is an outing. Even at church. Lord have mercy. Oh, yeah. So here's the question. How do you handle it? Let me point you in the right direction. Let me point you in the right direction. Let me give you some pointers on this. Dealing with difficult people is not always easy. Number one, here's what we got to do. We have to listen. Family, type listen. We know how to be argumentative. We know how to go 0 to 100 real quick. We know how to give people a piece of our mind, but only to be left with just a piece of our mind, but no peace of mind. Giving everybody your 2 cents, and that's about all you got left. Is 2 cents. I want you to tap into your determination, your common sense. I want you to tap into, here it is, your emotional intelligence. That's what boundaries, that's one of the other properties of boundaries. That's one of the ingredients of boundaries is emotional intelligence, relational intelligence. Both in many cases are cousins, if not one and the same. Am I making it plain? Listening is the number one step in dealing with, here it is, unreasonable, difficult people. Whew. Family, the people factor makes a difference. You're going to be dealing with people for the rest of your life. You might as well understand how to navigate people. People will people. Family, type that in the chat. Come on, type that in. People will people. Everyone wants to feel heard. People want to feel heard. They want to feel loved. They want to feel valued. They want to feel appreciated. But here's the thing. No progress can take place until the other person feels acknowledged. While you're listening, really focus on what the other person is saying. Here it is. Not what you want to say next. That's tough for us. because you can't shut your mind off. You got so many thoughts just running through your head all the time, 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year. That even when somebody's speaking to you real clear, you don't even hear them because you're thinking about what you're about to say. Focus on what they're saying, not just what you want to say next. Why? Because listening is not waiting to talk. Listening is as important to communicating as verbalizing your words. That's why it's so needed and necessary for you to be a part of our Eagles community. We're literally in the throes of talking about the power of effective communication. We're literally in the throes of talking about communicators are connectors. You need to get connected. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Listening is not waiting to talk. Listening is as important as communicating, is as important to communicating as verbalizing your words. So what does listening cause you to do? Listening causes you and calls for you to really hear what somebody is saying, to step back and then ask them, here's what I heard you say. Is this what you meant? Why? Because you're giving them feedback in the conversation. Here's what I heard you say. Is this what you meant? Why? Because you don't want to mince words. You don't want to take it out of context. You don't want to miss the mark, so to speak. Once they know that they've been heard, could it possibly be that maybe their behavior will shift? If they're difficult and if they're toxic, probably not. But here's the thing. At least you created a safe space in place for somebody to at least feel heard, valued, and appreciated. And that's what the power of listening will do. Do you understand this, that listen and silent all have the same letters? To listen, I got to be silent. Because oftentimes when we're communicating with people, to a certain degree, it becomes combative because you're trying to talk over their words, they're trying to talk over yours. Who's going to acquiesce? People oftentimes don't want to acquiesce because now it moves you into a place of feeling as if you're in a weaker position. But the power of communication first, the foundation of it is in listening. Told you, number one, listen. Number two, stay calm. Come on, type that, family. Stay calm. Here's the thing. Sometimes a situation can get emotionally charged. Easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment. Blood pressure going up. Arms are sweaty. Palms are sweaty. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. Let me hit you with the 8 Mile M&M. M&Ms do sound real good right about now anyway. I take the chocolate ones. I'll take them. Yeah, I'll take some of them. Right? But we got to stay calm. Staying calm is about exercising emotional intelligence. Not getting caught up in the heat of the moment. So what does that mean? I'm monitoring my breath, monitoring my breathing. Maybe you're taking slow breaths. Maybe you're taking deep breaths. Maybe you're controlling the volume of your voice. Maybe here it is. The situation has become so tense that you got to say, listen, let's revisit this in 24 hours. Can I call you back? Hello, somebody? Right? Because here's the thing. Boundaries are about protecting your mental health. Boundaries are about ensuring that you're in the right space and place to where you don't go off on people. To where you don't move into a place where you cussing and fussing. to where you're reverting back to negative habits and behavior of what it is that you were so used to and how you were, in many cases, you were talking about how you handle people. In many cases, you were mishandling people and you were mishandling yourself. So now I'm in a place of protecting my peace. Come on, family, type protect your peace. Protect your peace. Why stoop to their level? Bring them up to yours. Here's the thing. First part of ignorance is pronounced ignore. And here's what we got to do. We got to learn how to ignore ignorant people so well until they begin to doubt their own existence. I got to get to that particular place. Next. Once you type this, don't play defense. Don't play defense. What I mean? Don't act defensively. I know it's the NBA playoffs right now. They do a lot of running the numbers up on the offensive side during the regular season. But defense wins championships. Unless you're the Golden State Warriors. I need y'all, listen, I don't need you to be Draymond Green. I need you to be Steph Curry. Yeah. I don't need you to be emotionally beating folks up now. I'm going to shoot for the stars. And here's the thing. Oftentimes it's tough. This is tough not to act defensively. You're naturally not enjoying a person. You're not naturally not enjoying the things that somebody's saying. You know those things particularly aren't true. You know certain people are taking things out of context. You know certain people have already, you've already mentioned what it is that you want, where it is that you are in your life. Other people trying to discount you. Here it is, people discount you. They just can't count. And oftentimes you're just going to want to defend yourself. And that particular person is so emotionally revved up that it's not going to even help. They want to go back and forth with you. Yeah. But here's the thing. It's not about you. Don't take it personally. Look at how other people are going to act. And remember, I told you, certain people in your life, you promote or you demote. You hire or you fire. You reconstruct, you rearrange, you reassess, you reevaluate, you reconfigure. But here's what you don't do. You don't regress. You progress. I'm not on the defensive end. I'm on the offensive end. The ball is in my court. I'm shooting for success. I'm shooting for the stars. I'm shooting to be the best. Why? Because you're not acting defensively. You move into a place of where you value yourself, you love yourself, you know your worth. You've crossed a bridge, overcome certain barriers in your life. You've broken through to create healthy boundaries to where now the boundary is a blessing. Why? Because here's what you're doing. You're building boundaries that support you. Is this supporting my emotional health? Is this supporting my mental health? Is this supporting my cognitive peace? Is this supporting the peace that I want in my life and relieving me of pressure? Are the people in my life being good to me and good for me? And they can't do either of the two unless you're first good to and for yourself. Somebody type prioritize. Come on, family. Talk to me, family. Type prioritize. Prioritize your peace. Prioritize your purpose. Prioritize the promise that is on your life. prioritize the fact that here it is, your presence is a present. Ooh. That's one of the key ingredients of boundaries. I recognize that my presence is a present. And here's the thing. When I'm in your presence, when you're in my presence, I expect peace. I don't expect that which is turbulent, toxic, triggering, trifling, trying, and testing. I want that which is transforming. Why? Because here's the thing. It's a privilege for you to be in my space. And it ought to be a privilege for me to be in your space. Some of y'all still on my space, but I'm talking about my space. Right? It should be a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember about the power of creating healthy boundaries. My presence is a present. For you to unwrap the gift of my presence, do you respect my boundaries? Do you respect the fact that I'm not obligated to be available 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year? Do you respect the boundaries of that nobody can control, manipulate, delineate, eliminate, only elevate? Why? Because I gotta prioritize me. Scripture says this, beloved, I would that you would prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So here's what it is. We think that is always about financial gain, cars and clothes and shoes. But prospering and being in good health is the fact that I prioritize peace and purpose. I'm living an abundant life. Why? Because I place boundaries that will improve my life. Boundaries are not curses. Boundaries are blessings that bring about breakthroughs. Come on, family, type blessings. Blessings support you. Blessings enrich you. Blessings encourage you. Blessings bring about breakthrough to you, for you, and the loved ones in your life. Why? Because he said, I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Listen, family, this is a great place for you to realize, and I hope you've been getting teaching that is transformative. Teaching that is practical, transformational. And as a result of it, it's good ground. It's a good ground to sow into. Why are we sowing? We're sowing because we're growing. That's the mandate. That's the mantle and the message of what it is that speaks to us. We need to sow where we grow. Here it is. I want you to sow where you soar. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. You see the information on the lower thirds at the bottom of your screen? For PayPal, for Cash App, for Zelle. Sow where you grow. Sow where you soar. Here's a spiritual law. Scripture declares, given it shall be given unto you. Here's the thing, though. You only get to keep what you give. If you don't give, it owns you. When you do give, you release, and it releases you into more. Come on, family, type more. I believe there's a season of release for you. Released out of obstacles, but released into opportunities. Released out of the negative, released into the positive. released from the X, released into your next. If I don't give, it owns me. And hear me, whatever is in your hand is your harvest. When you let it go and you give it, here's what it becomes now. It now becomes a seed. For instance, if $1 million is your harvest, that's just, if $1 million is your harvest, that's just your harvest. The moment that you release your hand and give that seed is planted, and the seed is obligated to reap a harvest that is greater than what was originally in your hand. Are you hearing me? God can't multiply what you refuse to release. I want you to release your seed. I want you to put your seed in this good ground. And as you're sowing into good ground, I'm standing in agreement with you. My faith is joined with yours to expect 30, 60, 100-fold. And your seed helps us, yes, to improve upon this broadcast. We're already putting certain things in place with our streaming, but we want to add 4K cameras. We want to add effervescent lighting. We want to add all of the bells and whistles that YouTube desires for us to have so that our channel can grow, so that it can bloom, so that it can blossom, so that it can reach into nations and neighborhoods, locally and globally. And here it is. You can help us to do that. Why? Because this is not just my channel. This is our channel. This is our network. This is our, here it is, transformation station. So help us to soar. I know you're going to soar into more as well. That information is there on your screen to where you can sow Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. If you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, we have some particular levels to where you can sponsor. We can highlight your product, your service, or even if you just want to sow out of the kindness of your heart, you can do that. Feel free to email me, info@EddieConnor.com, for more information on sponsorship resources. Speaking of resources, I got a number of resources that are available to you and your loved ones too. You can get them at theeaglesacademy.com/store. I got my bestseller book, Blueprint, showing you how to take your manuscript to the marketplace, become an industry authority as an author, increase your sales, successful speaker strategies, to where I'm talking and teaching on the power of communication, the art of communication. You want to get those things. I've got some free resources there as well for you. theeaglesacademy.com/store, such as More in 2024. It's my ebook, How to Become More, Make It Your Best Year Yet. It's already blessing people, literally, locally and globally. People write me about it weekly, about how the ebook is improving, empowering, and encouraging them. 2024 is not just the year to become more, not just the year to have more, it's the year to become more. And becoming more is a prerequisite to having more. You can also get another free digital resource, which is The Art of Communication, which I have available for you as well. All available at theeaglesacademy.com/store. You want to join the Eagles Academy? If you have not done so, I believe I'm talking to at least 5 of you who need to go ahead right now. Go to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Be a part of my sessions where I'm coaching, I'm teaching, I'm training with amazing industry leaders, gifted people, locally and globally. Where are my Eagles at? Come on, Eagles. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat as well. Family, should we do part 6 on this? I feel like Michael Jordan throwing up the 6 when he got his 6th championship. Should we do part 6? Let me know. Let me know. As you know, I say, I don't want to give it if you don't want it. Should we go part 6 on In the Mix at 6? Let me know. Give me the green light. I'm ready to go right now. I could really do part 6 right now. I'm ready. But I'll give you the remedy in doses. I'll give you the instruction of prescription in doses. Family, In the Mix at 6 is out of time, but you know I'm not out of truth. Like that poetic genius Tupac Shakur said, there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. And I hope you know that you are celebrated and you are appreciated. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And this is how we roll on In the Mix at 6, Monday through Friday, each and every single weekday on the digital airwaves of social media. In the mix at 6. Yes, but particularly on YouTube. And while you're here on the YouTube side, come on, hit that thumbs up button. I didn't ask you to do that enough today, but I'm asking you to do that now. Let's make up for lost time. Please hit the thumbs up button. Come on, family. It's been an explosion of inspiration. Hit that thumbs up button. I'm grateful for all the comments, but what grows my channel is that your thumbs grow my channel. So I need you to give me a thumbprint. Don't just put the thumbs in the chat. I need you to actually tap the button. There's a blessing in a button. I'm growing you, so please help me to grow my channel. I appreciate you. Follow me on all the social sites at EddieConnorJr. Yes, follow me. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. Come on, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. You know, if I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. I'd love to come and speak at your event. Invite me to your conference, your community session, your college, your church, your school, your workshop. I would love to empower you and really increase you in any particular area and level of your life. Reach out to me to invite me. Family is yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know a brother got to run. But I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher. Breaking news, this message is for you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Why are you not a part of our team? Our Eagles community team, where it's all about soaring into success and greater purpose. I want you to go right now and join us. Yeah, right now. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, and I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Your mindset, you're going to maximize that. You're going to strengthen your skill set. You're going to build your tool set. You're going to heal your heart set, find serenity in your soul set, and be an asset in any environment. It's time to grow in your greatness, in your business, in your relationships, in your purpose, with individuals who are already growing. And we have a motto in our community where a win for me is a win for you. A win for you is a win for us too. Let's win together. Come on, join us. Experience the transformation. Experience the celebration. Experience the opportunity. Experience not just information, but implementation. As I coach, as I teach, as I train, as I mentor you and show you how to use strategy, structure, and solutions to take your vision to another dimension. Meet us there. Join us there. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, and let's be transformed together. Spread your wings, and we'll win over and over again. See you there.